Hey everybody, Joe here.
Hi, I'm Dee.
And this is Candid at the Movies. Dee, you want to introduce the...
Yeah, we just got back from seeing Babes, that features
Ilana Glazer, Michelle Buteau, and Hasan Minha. So Dee, yeah.
It has Michelle Buteau in it, and I love her dearly. I love her comedic timing. And I understand that this was, one of her first major feature, fully involved movies. I could have waited for Netflix for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
it
had moments.
That's the best way to put it. It had moments.
Yeah, it was a comedy and it had moments where I laughed, but it was mostly at the expense of
OBGYN.
Yeah. So was it Carroll Lynch played the OBGYN, and his hair moments were hilarious. He had a comb over, and then
that comb over was
he had he shaved first.
Yeah, he did.
And he looked like he had like
a Klingon
thing at the top of his head. And then he had plugs that looked like pubic hair on top of his head. And
then he got a Kangol hat.
Yeah.
And it was like, finally, you have found what's going to work for you.
Yeah. So tell them a little bit about the plot of this movie.
So the plot of the movie is two very, very best friends. Michelle's character ended up moving away, and I think the big draw for it was Ilana's character, her name was Eden, had to catch 4 trains and 45 minutes of Uber to get to where Michelle Buteau's character had moved. I think her name was Dawn.
Yeah.
Dawn? Yeah.
Anybody who's familiar, 4 trains from Queens to Brooklyn is ridiculous. Anyway, go ahead.
It boggles my brain. And so Dawn, the character of Dawn, her and her husband just had a second baby. Eden had missed the birth of their first child, so she didn't want to miss that, and so she was there and was repulsed. Which is important to the text of the story. Some other things happen, and then apparently this is a very common New York thing where you just connect with someone on the train.
Yeah, from time to time it happens.
So she connects with someone on the train, and some things happen. I don't want to give any spoilers or whatnot. And then
she ends up pregnant
she ends up pregnant in that. And then so it's the journey. It's the journey of 2 best friends, kind of learning adulthood while one is now pregnant that was initially not excited about being pregnant.
Well, I think Eden was more caught up in living her childhood dreams, and Michelle had grown.
Yes, Dawn had grown, and so there needed to be some pulling apart because Eden really needed to grow up. There were a couple of conversations that were had that I felt like were really good, badly timed, but really good. Yeah, it felt like it just needed to be a Netflix movie.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably one of them things that's like one weekend and then goes to Netflix, and
I feel like it might have gotten a little bit more play if it wasn't opening the same weekend that Furiosa was opening.
Yeah, but it wasn't terrible. Like I said, it had moments, but it wasn't like phenomenal either.
Yeah.
And we love Michelle Buteau.
We do.
And it had a bit of a different view on parenthood. It's not neatly tied up in our what we're used to, which is our patriarchal safe bow. Yeah. This is really feminist. It's really womanist.
They highlight how awful the American healthcare system is to mothers.
Yeah. And I think these are things that need to be seen, because it gave reality. Yeah, it gave more reality than what we normally see.
One of the running jokes was when the water breaks, like they show it in the movies, it's like this large gush or whatnot. When in reality, it's like what's you say, trickle drop.
Trickle drop.
Trickle drop.
Trickle drop.
Oh, now you've got trickle drop. Like
yeah. So ultimately, these are women that were not afraid of their bodies either. So that might make some people uncomfortable. But get over yourself. Dee, what would you give this as a score, and would you recommend it?
I would recommend it. I would wait for Netflix for it. As much as I love Michelle
or
Buteau.
whatever streaming.
Or whatever streaming services it ends up being on. I'd have to go with a strong C for this. There were some moments, but the plot was kind of thin for me. There were moments where it felt like they were reaching. I appreciate the womanist view. I appreciate the reality of some of the things that they chose, but it would be a solid C for me.
Yeah, I would have to do the same, about a solid C. It was okay. It was average.
Yeah.
Not memorable, not something that I would go back and watch again, but is it worth a watch? Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A watch.
It's worth a watch for the perspective, I think. So I've been Joe. Please click that like, share, and subscribe, as well as hit that notification bell.
Ding.
Dee is a guest, but she's here a lot, so we know how to find her. We love you.
Love y'all too.
Y'all have a good one. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.